everybody, welcome back to Wellness Wednesday. I want to first start off by thanking our Wellness Wednesday sponsors, Daiichi Sankyo, Epigenomics, Genentech, Merck, No Shave November, Quicken Loans, Taiho Oncology, and Turtle Beach. Today we welcome colorectal cancer survivor and Climb for a Cure committee member, Simon Ross. He will be discussing tips and tricks for hiking with an ostomy. Welcome, Simon.
Hi guys, welcome to a short video for Wellness Wednesday in anticipation of the eagerly awaited 2020 virtual Climb for a Cure for Fight CRC. This year has been unusual to say the least, and as a community, we fight on and we continue to be relentless champions of hope. As a survivor, this year I managed to celebrate 5 years cancer-free. However, it was 5 years ago where I first got an ostomy that saved my life. But I have continued to live my life and do everything I did before. I love being active. I love all types of sport. I love being outside. So when I found this amazing community in Fight CRC, I was delighted, firstly, to become an ambassador for them. And secondly, and probably my greatest memory within this community, has been attending Climb for a Cure last year. I'd always enjoyed hiking, but combining the beauty of Mount Flora, the opportunity to support a great organization, and meet such wonderful people was truly a special time. This year, I joined the Climb for a Cure committee, and with COVID-19 affecting all of us, we've been able to make this an opportunity to become a virtual climb where every one of us can take part, whether it's climbing, hiking, cycling, or whatever you feel comfortable in. Every one of us can do something to continue the support for Fight CRC, but also to achieve your own activity goal. Get out there and enjoy the beautiful world. As an ostomate, I've said I don't allow my bag to stop me from doing anything. I'll still always think about it and be very conscious of having it. But with that thinking, it allows me to plan accordingly. You don't want to get into trouble in the wrong place. I've been there and done that. So this video is to give you some tips and guidance on hiking or just being active when you have an ostomy. Firstly, you need to think about your own fitness. You need to take it easy and know what your body can do. We're all at different levels. Some of us may have just come out of surgery. Some may have lived with an ostomy for many, many years. You still need to know what your limits are and how you can go about doing things. If you're going to be going for a hike and you haven't done much hiking before, start with short walks around the neighborhood. Start off with a light backpack and go from there. Go for a few test hikes. Try a few smaller hills, then build up to the mountains. Start with short day hikes, and then you can build your way up to multi-day backpacking trips where you're out camping in the wilderness. Ostomates, we're susceptible to a number of things, hernias being one, lack of balance of electrolytes, things like that. We need to understand what we can go through, and you need to build up your core strength and get used to walking such great distances. Planning is always going to be key, especially when you are new to it. So if you are planning to go on for a hike, pick a trail. Pick one that will match your level of fitness, one that you feel comfortable with. Understand how long it will take you, and with that, prepare accordingly. If you're doing a day hike or a local walk, you might find that there are toilets along the way and be able to change there. If you're backpacking or climbing a mountain, like Mount Flora last year, your options will be limited. Understand and think about what you will need and how you will address it at that time. You have to be able to know what you're going to do when you have to deal with your own output and when the nearest bathroom is miles away. Some people, and if you irrigate, I recommend it, just irrigate in the morning and then you don't have to deal about it for the rest of the day. But I'd still take supplies and emergency supplies with you. Others who don't irrigate, or if you're going overnight, you might have to think about these other things. Always have enough ostomy supplies to swap out bags, make changes. I will always bring more than I think I'll need, just to be sure. So what do I bring? For a hike, whether it's short or long or overnight, I'll bring 2 to 3 extra sets of pouch systems that I use. I'll bring the spare wafers. I'll bring multiple pouches. I'll bring extra seals. Anything I need just to be careful. There was one instance once where I was hiking a mountain. I changed the bag twice. It wasn't pleasant. I was miserable, but I had the equipment and the supplies with me, so I could do it. What you've got to be prepared for is just either emptying your bag or those blowouts. You never know what will happen. Bring bags to dispense your pouches in. Bring another bag to put those bags in so you can then keep it in your backpack. Whatever you take up the mountain is coming back down the mountain with you. So if you have a one-piece bag, or if you have a two-piece bag and you just remove the bag rather than drain it, that bag has to come back with you. I'll also bring toilet paper, hand sanitizer, plenty of wet wipes for cleaning things up. All of that, if I take it up, it's coming back down. I'll take extra clothes with me, just in case. Sometimes it could be weather related. Sometimes it could be just in case I do have an accident of some sort. Anything you can do and you're happy to carry is going to be good for you. All of the above will probably add 1.5 to 2 pounds to your backpack. Maybe a bit more if you're going overnight. So if you are doing practice walks, put some in there. Put some in your backpack. It will help you, and then they're there and ready. And if you're climbing up on a mountain and you know the inevitable is going to happen, bring a trowel, bring something to dig with. So if you want to empty your bag contents, you can empty there. You can drain your bag contents then and there. But just remember, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it once more during this video, everything you take is coming back down with you. So just put the contents in the hole, nothing else. When you're hiking, one of the most important things is to be comfortable. And as ostomates, I'm sure one of the biggest challenges you've had in your life is to try and feel comfortable with yourself, with your body, with your stoma, with a bag. And when you're hiking, it's even more important to feel that. And that's your own fitness level. Be comfortable with that. Be comfortable with the challenge ahead of you. Be comfortable with or without a backpack. If you're like me, I'm going to sweat a lot. And when I sweat, it means my seal is going to get very, very loose and unstable. Hence why I need to sometimes make changes up a mountain. So, work on that. Make sure you understand if your seal is going to last or not last. One of the tricks I found was a hairdryer. Once I've done a bag change, 30 seconds allows it to help protect the seal and make it even better. Some people wear a band, a support band. I wear a stealth belt. They're not necessary. For me, it gives me peace of mind and extra support. I don't, touch wood, haven't suffered from hernias yet, but something around my whole waist really does help hold it in and just give me that little bit of protection. There are plenty of belts out there, so think about that. If you're going to backpack, be careful. A lot of the backpacks have waist belts that come around probably right where your stoma is. So if you're going to be carrying anything bulky or big, and then you've got this big belt to attach, and that's where a lot of the weight will come in, you may want to get a stoma guard to protect your stoma. That's going to be very important. Otherwise, it's going to be putting additional pressure on your stoma and could be very uncomfortable. When you're on the mountain, 2 rules. 1, and it's the most important in my mind, look around, take in everything and enjoy it. There is nothing like the calmness of climbing, being on a mountain, spotting wildlife and being away from everything. Last year on Mount Flora, we stopped on many times. 1, to make sure we're all doing well. We're climbing in a group. It's fantastic. It's camaraderie. But also just to stop, go watch some of the wildlife, the birds flying around you, the 4-legged creatures that are just enjoying the mountain and you are invading their space at a distance. But that's what you want to enjoy. And the number 2 rule, I've mentioned it before, nothing is left behind on the mountain or the walk. And this should be best practice wherever you go. Whatever you take, it comes back down with you. But if you are enjoying the walk and you get that feeling, it is time to empty or change your bag, you've got to be prepared mentally and physically. And with that, you've already packed your bag, you are prepared for it. If there's no bathroom, you're not going to panic. You have everything you need. Just look around, decide where you feel you'll have enough privacy. If you're on a busy trail, lots of people around, you may have to walk off the trail for a bit and then go deal with it behind a tree, behind a bush. Last year this happened to me. The group waited patiently and I was able to deal with my situation and come back with no issue. I put the bag together, I put it in a small bag, tightened it up, then I put it in another bag, then another bag, just to try and protect it so it doesn't spill anywhere in my backpack. And then I carried it up the mountain. When I got back down, I found the right way to dispose of it. So that's very important. Always we mentioned cleaning supplies, wet wipes, take a lot with you because things can get messy. You do not know what's going to happen. You could always use leaves, but it's better to be somewhat prepared. The other big factor to think about when you are active, not just hiking, and especially with an ostomy, is nutrition. Pay attention to what you're going to eat the night before. You may want to stay away from foods and drinks that increase your output or increase your gas. The last thing you want to do is have a bag that is constantly blowing up, even if it's venting well. You don't want to have to empty it. You don't want to have to burp it. Make your day as easy as you can. So that's going to be important. If you're hiking at altitude, one of the big things is cut down or restrict your booze intake for the few days beforehand. Booze is a massive, massive factor when it comes to dehydration. And as ostomates, I think we all know one of our worst enemies at the best of times is dehydration, let alone when you're halfway up a mountain. One of the key things when you are walking and hiking is to hydrate and keep the balance in your body right. I'll drink lots of water, but I'll also have electrolyte tablets with me. They're Noom tablets, very, very good, and they do everything for me. They stop the cramping, they keep me at the right level. Drinks like Gatorades provide the sugar and the energy as well, and they really do help. Snacks, load that backpack up with whatever you want, anything you want to eat, but also think about some of the good things for you. Nutrition bars, energy bars, they're compact, so they're nice and small to carry, and they can offer you a large dose of protein and carbohydrates that are going to help you. Energy gels, once again, very, very small, same benefits as nutrition bars, but they can take up even less space in your backpack. That could be a great thing if you are overpacking. And they can actually taste quite nice. You've got some of the energy chews that are almost like gummy candies, and you can end up really enjoying those while going up the mountain. And then dried fruits, or any sort of fruit really, but banana, raisins, dates, all great sources of potassium, which once again keep you in line with everything you need. So those are some of my tips and guides anyway, but the main thing is, whatever you're doing, you're hiking, you're climbing, you're walking, you're cycling, go and enjoy yourself and forget about everything else going on. If you are taking part in our virtual Climb for a Cure, good luck and thank you. The planning is already underway for the 2021 Climb for a Cure. With that, we're targeting the Olympic Valley of Lake Tahoe as our destination. I hope to be there, and if I am, I look forward to meeting all of you then. So thank you and good luck.
Thank you, Simon, and thank you all for watching today. We hope you'll join us on August 15th as we climb for a cure. Registration is free. Visit fightcrc.org/climb, and we hope you'll join us in 2 weeks from now for more tips for wellness. Thank you. Have a great Wednesday.